I need to dye my hair. Uh, that's one thing that my youngest has been saying. I need to dye my hair.
Oh, that's kind of fucked up, right?
Well, he doesn't like how fast my grays come out.
He doesn't like that you're getting older.
Yeah, he wants mommy to be forever young, and I can't be forever young.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, as y'all can see by the title, Mama Flames had caught COVID again. And it's the Sars one, which is the man made virus, and it was so great. That's what slowed down progress, y'all. And it was not lovely. And I'm still recovering. I'm still congested and coughing and hacking. Got my poor baby neutered, and he scared all of us. My oldest cat's child, Riddick, um, got a hematoma because he took off his cone in the pet cage, and he opened his sutures and he started bleeding out. And if we would had waited like just a minute or two more, he would have died. So we have had an interesting time with my baby Riddick, which I've just shown y'all Riddick. Not this one. This is Hooker. This is Damien, my grandson. Um, this is his cousin. This is Riddick's cousin. This is baby of the house. Um, but Riddick is doing better now. Poor child has had a run of it. My child, he's had the neuter, the hematoma. Then he got an abscess in both nuts from them having to stuff the balls, the cotton balls in there to stop the bleeding. And they had to resuture him. And then when we took him back to get the stitches out, said this week, found out he had an abscess and his nuts swelled up about like that big. Normally they're supposed to be like eeny weeny tiny little things like that. Damien. Damien's trying to show y'all what it normally looks compared to like that. And
the example.
yeah, he's trying to be the example. Damien, I got this. I got this. I know you're trying to be the model of the house. You gorgeous child. No, you don't need to reset grandma's computer. Do you want to show yourself, Nikki Jr.? Jesus Christ. Anyway, now then we found out he's had an ear infection in both said ears. So his whole entire demeanor has changed since we've been giving him ear drops. So the reason why I'm updating y'all with this, if you had a cat that's been excessively cranky, grumpy, have them check your child's ears, your cat's. And once you start treating them, you will notice a whole, I mean, God knows how long my child has had an ear infection. My cat, he could have had this ear infection since birth for all I know. Because I haven't had a chance to get him in to see a vet. I don't know why they haven't checked his ears yet. But he's had his shots, he's had everything done. But I noticed that his left ear was getting kind of rough and he was favoring it. And so when he was getting his stitches out, I had them give him the full 9. I had them, clean up his nails, give him a spa treatment, giving him a bath because he is a Maine Coon. And he's Maine Coon Siamese. And, he was real dirty and stuff. And I like taking good care of my cats. And that's when they found out he had an ear infection in both ears. Cause I said, he's favoring his ear. I said, can y'all go ahead and just check both ears, be on the safe side? And poor guy's had ear infection in both ears. Now, they can't dictate how long it's been. His whole demeanor's changed because he's normally very aggressive. He's a sweet cat, but he can be very grr. He's my protector. I call him my little hellhound. But poor guy's like, he's finally sleeping. He's not meowing as much. I mean, this is like the first time I've seen him laying down sleeping, like, period. And he's like an 8-year-old cat. I mean, he's very hyper. He's very spunky. I mean, he's everywhere. He's all over you. He's very yep, 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 yep. More talkative than I am. And no, that doesn't mean I have a constant ear infection, you smart asses, before you say something. But I'm just giving y'all a heads up because I know a lot of some of my viewers, they're also active animal, protectors and things like that. Some like taking in rescue animals, some taking older animals and things like that. Definitely advocate for your animal if you do. Get them checked as much as possible. I know it's expensive, but there is care credit, different things like that. There is some vets that will work with you and do payment arrangements and things like that. Try to get your pet in as much as possible because once I get Riddick and everything, his stuff taken care of, I'm gonna get Cat Cow that y'all seen, my beautiful, the one that's got the black splotches everywhere, that's white, that everyone's known, Spitfire. He's in the he went with Dad. I'm they went to go do towels, get the chicken and the pizza, get Dad's new Xbox, and yeah, Dad's getting a new Xbox.
Nice. Where are you gonna put it?
In our room.
Where's that one gonna go?
I'm gonna put it up. It's gonna be mine. I might donate it to one of y'all eventually. I don't know.
We'll borrow it to put it in my room. If you're gonna put it up somewhere.
You're trying to steal my Xbox already.
No, just borrow.
I'll think about it. Yes, I spoil my children indefinitely. Do not make remarks.
We're spoiled.
Yes, my children are very spoiled. And yes, I do have a new thing because I did have the skeleton. I got Collie. She's right there. I had the skull there. So now I have the tree, I have Collie, the wind goddess, the Celtic, and the shield. So now I have all pagan signs behind me finally. Now it looks accurate. It doesn't look off. I hated it looking off. I was like, oh my God, it looks so. Ugh. It did not suit my aesthetic whatsoever. I was like, ugh. So I had to get a hold of Witch's Moon. I had to order me Collie. I want to get me a few more other pieces, maybe an Ankh plaque.
Witch's Moon updated again. They sent me an update this morning. New stuff.
Oh God.
Heck attack.
More I want us. Plus, I got to get me and my daughter's ears pierced because they are getting married this year. So I might get my front lobes that I've had since I was little. I've had them pierced since I was a baby. I'm thinking about getting them stretched, and then once they heal, the ones that I got now, I did a mistake. Raleigh that I watch from Toxic Tears. I watched Raleigh. I fell in love with Raleigh. I'm not like oh my God, I love him. I'm gonna marry him. No, what I mean by when I say I fall in love with someone, there's different shades of me falling in love with someone. I fall in love with them like I love just they're charismatic, they're funny, they're awesome. I just love everything. That's what I mean by Raleigh. I fell in love with him because he's hilarious. I find him very, intelligent. He's very well spoken. He's very well informed. I love his stuff dealing with tattoos, piercings. I get a lot of information from him. So that's what I mean. I fell in love with Raleigh. His personality. I love that he's got 2 cats now. He's a cat dad. I love his tattoos. That one side is strictly anime and the other side is gaming. Well, no, one side is it's all cartoon. No, yeah, it's Simpsons, yeah. And the other side is all strictly gaming, like Crash Bandicoot, Mortal Kombat, Pokemon. Yeah, so he's got like stuff that I totally relate to. And then he's got like a whole bunch of different things. My son loves a lot of his clothing because he's got like cool shirts and stuff. I love his jewelry. So when I find people that I could, put in like a tribe if I knew them as people and hang out with them, like if I would hang out with people, it would definitely be like Raleigh, Toxic, Emily, Goth Ma'am. I mean, there's just certain people that would definitely be part of my tribes. That would definitely be the first tier of people I would totally hang out with. So yeah. Now what's been going on with me? I'm almost got my room set up to where I could definitely start doing my stuff that I want to do. daughter and I want to go ahead and do like stuff that I was doing with my mom. But this is going to be a little bit different. We want to post like our opinions and like stuff dealing with movies. Oh, see, I wanted that one, but they sold out of it so freaking quick.
I think they have more down there. Oh my god, is that one? Is it one of
Right here,
Yes.
I might have to get it because I wanted it so bad.
I need it. I wish I could get it.
I know, right? I sound like Megan right now. I know, right? My acting, which I've been getting all casting, to go modeling, to do being an extra, which I'm considering it. I do have it. I know that's what I was talking about getting. It's a plaque, like I can hang up behind, which I might center it or above. Um, those ones are. I wish they would make them where they're like 70 or 60, $100 and some dollars. I'm like, y'all, they have one on there for $900. 900 fucking dollars. Sorry, y'all. This is not for kids anyway, but oh, that right there. It's for the I have those.
They're
The
kind of like size.
yeah, the Sith. I have it. But yeah, I'm gonna go back into doing my Oracle and my Tarots, and that is Stonella. And I'm gonna start doing makeup videos, kind of like what Goth Ma'am does. But sometimes I get irritated because sometimes I can't. I can do symmetrical makeup sometimes, but depending on, I think I'm getting bursitis, like it may be hereditary. I'm not sure, but I get the shakes sometimes, and my grandpa used to have it real bad, and it may be from diabetes. I'm not like, I'm researching it, and I'm trying to get more into doing my CBD, my Delta, and things like that in tea. And I might get advocating for Blue Lotus. um I know, that's what I'm saying. Some of them are redunk on some of the prices on there. Is redunk.
What about the smaller one? 168.
Witch's Moon needs to come back down to earth. I love Witch's Moon, and I know y'all hear me. Y'all need to come back down on y'all prices. I mean, I understand that things are coming up because of who our gay president is, and yes, he's gay, and I'm not. Gay is a fabulous word, but I'm using it in the way that they're like, oh my God, don't say. He can sit there and make fun of people that are special needs, and I'm going to say it the way I mean it. I'm saying it in the other term that we use, as in it's bogus, it's lame, it's redunculous, it's like trash.
This is more low price, $35.
Exactly. Like, be civilized with pricing, It's like they, honest.
That's a cluster in it.
Mm-hmm. I actually had that. Si, signore. Si, signore. But like I said, and I am going to be charging for my readings. Depending on how many readings I do in a day will depict on my pricing. I may vary. I may change pricing because depending on what is asked of me. Now, I am dead straight serious on my readings. I will do I don't have like, I will read whatever. Okay, that's fine. Readings, I don't care. I don't have no yay or nay here or there. I will do past, future, present. I will do readings of love. I will do readings of money, past lives, future tense, job readings, whatever. I will do spell work for people. I will sell spells. Okay, because my spell works, they do work. But when I tell you, my spells are very costly because my stuff is guaranteed. I have never had anyone come and tell me my spells don't work. I have personally done spells in front of people that they have seen my spells work when I do hex work. When I say hex work, I mean I curse people. I'm saying this wholeheartedly. If I curse someone, It is not going to be a cheap spell. I expect COD on demand because I am putting my livelihood, my family's livelihood on demand. And when I say on demand, that means we all had to go pay it forward for what I'm doing for you. So when I say what I say price wise, it will be paid that time on that spot, or spell will not be done. And I'm saying this live out because what they're trying to do to people like me is they're trying to do witch hunts again. And it ain't happening, sweetheart, because you try to show up at my door talking about blah, 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 blah. I'm not killing nobody. Well, not just yet. If I really get mad and you see me with a knife on my hand and then you see blood, then you can knock on my door and put me in cuffs. But until you see that happen, don't show up on my door knocking.
How are they gonna find the body?
You actually have to have physical DNA proof. Now, if I'm putting something on someone, it's energy. Okay? If the universe listens, evidently something in the universe says that person, something needs to happen. Okay? You need to go talk to the universe because evidently something's wrong with that person. Now, who's to say that I might not put something towards something soon? Towards something, something, something. I'm just putting something out there and something may happen. I cannot be put at fault. That's the universe speaking. I know how to work with the energy of the universe because I've been blessed on how to commune with the universe. I am one with the universe. I am a child of the universe. Like I said, when you unplug from a lot of things and you know how to divinely go about working with channels and you know how to put yourself with channels and you know how to work with the energy and different things, you can get shit done. We've lost a very powerful witch in our community, and she was a very strong sister. A lot of us need to get together and take her place. No one could be 100% her, no. But a lot of us got to remember she put a mark on this universe and she put a mark on our community. We don't have.
Save the baby witches.
Yes, she did. We need to let witches know that we are here for a reason. We have been here for years. We've been here for centuries. We've been here for God. We've been here before Christ. We'll be here before him. He was man-made to control people that are sheep, that are scared, that do not know how to delegate and think outside the box, that they had to literally be told how to live their lives. They have to have a book. Now, my books, they're basic instructions. They guide me. And then I'm like, okay, I can use these tools, but I don't have to be guided 100%. I look at those and then I manipulate the tools as need be because I understand that they're just guidance. Now, when I am told it's a law, I abide 100% because I understand that if I don't abide by that law, there is definite reprimand that I have to pay. Like, say, me doing a spell, and I'm told I'm supposed to pay it forward depending on what sort of spell I'm using. A hex, I'm supposed to pay it forward indefinitely because there's no price on a hex. Hexes are dirty, 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 dirty shadow work. So you just pay it forward until something kind of gives you a sign that, okay, you're good. Deities and goddesses and gods are very well about giving you signs when, okay, you're Gucci. If you know how to pay attention, us witches, we know how to be like, okay, it's paid forward. I've done this so long, I know. Only where I've messed up is when I pulled off hexes and I should have never done something. And I will tell baby witches, I will tell elder witches, you put a hex on someone, do not ever take it off. That is when every bit of that energy you have harnessed, your hate, your remorse, your pain, if it's your own personal hex that you put on someone, You will pay for that worse than anything in your entire life. You will get sicker than you have ever been. Your family will pay for it, and there is nothing you could do to convince the gods and the goddesses and the deities and anything in this universe not to make you pay.
It's like shooting somebody and then you
And
miss
it's
the
like
trigger.
you literally go and kill someone and then you bring him back because they're a horrible and like they're like a mass murderer and you ridded the world of a horrible person, but then you go and perform CPR and bring them back so they can go and just keep doing the world bad favors.
Exactly.
And then they end up killing your own family. You never pull off a hex once you put it on. Now, if you're doing it for someone else, they're going to pay for you pulling it off. They will end up paying the reprimand for it and you will get kickback on it. Love spells, I will tell you this right freaking now, and I've said this every single time I have posted anything about spells. It is the worst kind. Gypsies, they can come after me. I am part gypsy myself. I have dealt with love spells. This is how I know personally. I've done love spells for myself. I've done love spells for my friends. It is the most nasty. It's worse than hexes. You know why? You're taking strings that have already been woven for specific people that are already meant to go through certain wines, certain bends, certain paths, and you're reweaving something that is not meant to be there. If they're meant to be lovers, they'll be lovers. They're meant to be friends, they're meant to be friends. But you're interweaving a string and putting it into another string that's never meant to be there. You are messing with the fabric of fate and fabric of time. You're getting someone to pay attention to you that you really don't want to notice you. Time weavers, the fates. These are entities and deities that you don't really want to notice you at times. That you just really want to just be like, hey, chief, I'm here. And the only time you want them to notice you is through your birth, near death experience, and death. That's the only three times that you really want them to pay any type of notion to you. You mess with love or you mess with death. Necromancy. Only time that I respected someone that worked with necromancy was one of the people I look up to, Marie Lovey. She had her reasons and she paid dearly for every bit of necromancy she did. And she did it. She actually did necromancy. She is actually the first woman that actually have zombies. Not zombies, zombies. Okay, there's a difference between a zombie and a zombie. And I'm not going to tell you the difference because no one needs to know. She had her reasons and she paid dearly. But that poor woman she did it for love and she had her reasons. And I respect the hell out of Marie. Okay?
She could still be alive.
No one knows what's going on. But you mess with love and you end up making that person fall in love with that person for the entirety of their lifespan and they die. And they're meant to be with someone else and have family, have children, have grandchildren, great grandchildren, a whole family tree with somebody else. But yet they go with this one person and their life is sorrowful. And yet they don't notice it's sorrowful because that love spell has them so entranced because you worked powerful mojo. That shit, trust me, the time weavers and the time fates and fate, they notice that shit. And that right there, they're sitting there clipping at you. They're like, this little tricky one right here. Maybe we should go ahead and rid this one right here, eh? This one here causing a little too much trouble, eh? This mofo right here is this one like trying to trip with our work.
What if it is bad weed that don't die?
Because you have to understand, they have everything worked precisely. We can question them all we want. They're not the God. They work for a higher up one that they have pre-doned, pre everything. Now, if something is meant to be reworked, they will rework it and reweave it. And yes, ma'am.
What if it's bad weed that don't die?
Bad weed that don't die. Now, that's a good question my daughter asked. Now, let's say if it's a bad soul,
Someone
or
is still alive, and I know she.
or not really a bad soul, a bad person without a soul that cannot die. They're put there as a testament to someone's will to make them stronger. But I've had one like that in my life. They're there to help you get stronger. Yeah, I got you, Mijo. I got you, Mijo. Now, like with my daughter, she had my daughter-in-law. I call her my daughter straight up because she's my daughter.
Technically, you probably were there spiritually when I was conceived. Like, let me put some.
I put my juju in there somewhere. You know what I'm saying? I work my juju. She had a lot. Her birth giver had a lot, like my grandma and my mama. And her and I literally damn near same identical life. Damn near. Damn near. And when you have someone what we call bad weeds, they're there to test you, make you stronger, make you grow, teach you things that will help you down through your life, that once you get older, you're going to be like, I be damned. I'm using everything that crazy, bitter person taught me now that it's benefited me now. Because like I've told my kids, like I've taken everything that I've learned from both women and I've applied it to me, even though I have fear, I have phobias. And my fear and my phobia, I tear up because I'm just an emotional person because I think of everything. And I fear that people that, yeah, I'm the empathy, just so much. And I fear for people that has to go through anything remotely close, remotely. And it bothers me and disturbs me because she's younger than me. I mean, she's literally in between both my boys' age. She's a year younger than my oldest and a year older than my baby. She's right in between them. And it bothers me that she is that young and has been through literally everything I've been through. And it's troubling someone that young at the age of 24. 24.
It's gonna be my birthday.
And she's going to be 25 this year.
24.
24. Yeah, that's right. That's right. And she has gone through literally everything. Well, she's 2 years younger than my oldest.
A year and a half.
A year and a half. Like 18 months. 18 months. But depending on the leap year. Because leap year, it makes it almost 2. But
that weird curve on
yeah, it curves like a crab. Not a scorpion. Hers is a crab. Hers is a crab.
Like the first week of September, I just decided
it does that weird hook, like a pincher. But the thing is it's like they make you stronger. They show you what type of woman not to be or man, depending on your situation. They show you if you want to be a parent, this is what you avoid. And then they go and tell you, I had no one to, teach me how to be a good parent. And da, da, da. It's like, well, I didn't have, like, a good example, me. You know what I'm saying? And this is the same argument that I've had. And I'm not trying to dog my mom by no matters. I have dogged her on this channel before. And it was just getting my anger out. Okay. And I'm sorry for shaking the screen too. But I apologize for dogging my mom. I was getting out my anger because there's a lot of pain, there's a lot of hurt. But my mom used to say that she had no one to teach her how to be a parent. And I may cry during this, and if I do, I apologize. And I told her, I said, how dare you say that? I learned from her father, which was like my father, my grandpa. Even though
My God.
I want that, save that. I may buy that.
I want it too.
I'm going to hopefully find that one in Elvira, and we may share them.
I have to pay also has one. I think I sent
Sure
it to
you
you.
Oh.
And literally, she has.
I'm into Funkos, okay? I can't. Oh, I'm like, where was it coming from? I'm like, it's popping out of both sides. I'm tripping balls. I don't know if it's right or left, but
I can make the little words now. It feels so nice.
I'm definitely gonna need to go get my I'm gonna go get me new glasses. It's time for me to get my eyes fixed, eyes done for my diabetes again, because my eyes are getting messed up. Near and far vision.
Oh, my sister did give me some good information. Diabetes.
Diabetes.
One can also be developed based on environment.
Oh crap! I hope I don't have both. That'd suck. I'm diabetic 1 and 2. That would so suck.
So the Betty can develop by itself, based on the environment of like stress factors and stuff like that. Oh, that's probably where.
Yeah, that definitely would have came from fetus. Reason why we call her mother fetus is because she lacked all mothering possibilities. She was not,
Aborted like 5
and
or
she
6 of my
aborted
siblings.
all like 5 or 6 siblings that her and her sister, and we're not going to talk about the other one sibling that they have. She was not nurturing, not my mom, but my daughter's birth mother. She was not nurturing to Kat. She was not loving. She was not giving. She would not talk to her. She would not teach her anything. I mean, she has taught her things, but negatively. Um, she wouldn't really buy her much of anything. The things that she would get bought for her was through the school, the family outside, her dad before he passed away. Um, and then the things that she would get stolen from her. So it was horrible. And same thing happened to her sister. Like with my mom, we had a sister relationship. It was very awkward. Sometimes we would have a mother-daughter relationship at times, but I think my mom, it was more of she wanted to play house once upon a time when she was with my dad. And I think there was a lot of jealousy because of my dad's exes. And it made it very hard for my mom to communicate because of like my dad sharing his time with my half siblings. At times I get jealous hearing things and I have to pull myself back. Like if I hear things from my baby sister at times, it hurts because I'm like, why couldn't that have been me? Why couldn't my dad have done that with me? Because I heard my dad loved me a lot.
Yeah.
Like my dad, when he saw me, and he would always hold me a lot and say no one was going to take me from him, that I was his baby and he loved me and he lavished me. Even my Aunt Shirley would tell me these things. And I'm like, okay, what changed? Why all of a sudden? I mean, because like the last conversation we had when I was 5, there was a woman in the background yelling at him about me and my mom. Like when I would ask him things, and my baby sister, which I may need to go ahead and have this conversation and with her, because she doesn't know that it was her mom saying very derogatory things about me. It's why I have a problem with her mom myself. And even my sister's children have problems with their grandmother because it's like she didn't want my dad having anything to do with me. Because it's like I would ask my dad, can you at least call me on my birthday, Dad? And I heard this female in the background going, no, he can't call. He has a need to call you. He's not your father. And I'm like, Bitch, he was there. He made love or fucked or had sex with my mom, and I look a lot like my dad. I mean, I even had his very unique vampire teeth. I'm the only kid really that has his teeth. And I have, his nose. I have his very unique widow's peak. I mean, my kids have his hair, the very unique wavy hair he has. I'm like, um, my family looks a lot like his side of the family. So I'm just like, bitch. And this is her mom I'm talking about. And it hurt my feelings because I was 5 years old hearing this woman in the background that was being jealous of a 5-year-old kid. And I think my mom had a lot of problems with that because I think she felt it would have been a lot more drama. And there was a lot of drama, anyways, because my mom was trying to get with a man. And my mom, of course, she wanted to have a rich, lavish life. She wanted to have all these nice things for herself because she did, like, my dad would give her nice things. My dad would get her stuff like candies and nice perfumes, and my dad would get her nice extravagant paintings. And because my mom had expensive taste, my mom has always had expensive taste. Me, I'm in between. I have expensive taste, and then I have borderline where I can maintain like with mediocre stuff. It doesn't have to be always top of the line. But if it's like makeup, perfume, clothing, certain things, I want it to last. Sometimes it has to be bougie. And it's not that I'm being like whatever, but it's because I know it's made better. Because sometimes if it's cheap, it's not made as good as a product. And I know I'm going off to a different tangent because I was talking about COVID, witchcraft, my mom, and different things. But I'm hyperactive, so I talk about a million topics at once. That's why my stuff is entertaining. But anyway, I mean, that's how we got from this house, from the ghetto house. And this was like the only house that we could get into, but it's an extravagant jump. I mean, we went from a $900 home to like a $2,000 home. So, yeah. And my mom thought we were living in a trailer. I'm like, Mom, this is a house. I mean, we have a public pool in the area that we live at. I mean, because it's a community home area with a bunch of houses. We live in a gated community now. I mean, because I was tired of living in kind of like, that wasn't ghetto areas that we were living, but I was like, I want to live in a nicer area because my husband has a nice job. And it's like, I want my kids to have something nice, because I've lived in bad places because of my grandparents. Were trying to get rid of my mom's ex-husband. They were like, and I agreed with what they were saying. It's just, she was a jackass thinking, oh, his family sees that I have a kid and he's trying to supply for us. Maybe they'll give us money. And I know what she was thinking. And it's like, Mom, he should be doing it himself, but he doesn't have an education. And he was stupid from get-go. I mean, everything I understand she was trying to supply, but she should have done it herself. She should never have got with him. My mom was being offered, I seen the job she was being offered. All she had to do was get rid of him. He held her back every step of the fucking way. My mom got offered like me, like not even 2-3 days ago. I just got offered a sales management job as a manager. I'm injured. People know I can do it. And I'm like, it makes me mad at her to this point, to where I'm like, Mom, at the age I'm at, I am 44. And I'm like, at the age when she was 40 something, even in her 30s, that woman could have ran businesses. She could have been in huge elite businesses with the education she had. She kept blowing herself down thinking, no, I want handouts. It's like, bitch, you're not going to get a handout in life. If I knew this as a kid, why didn't she know this? And it's like, and she kept saying, no one taught her, no one taught her, no one taught her. And this is the things that I want to teach the public and everything, because they're taking away education. They're taking away more things, like they started taking away home ec. And like I remember something like I told my kids, like things that they used to teach my grandma. My grandma told me when I was a little girl back in the day, like in the 40s and 50s, they had these classes where they would take women into these houses where they would teach them how to basically work with the oven, how to, work with a dishwasher, how to work with an iron, how to work with an ironing board, basically how to self service their own dishwashers, how to self service their own oven, how to self service their own washer and dryers. If they had washer and dryers, if they didn't, how to hang up their own clothes on the hanging rods and different things like that. And it's like they taught them how to do, like, if they weren't taught, because my grandma was a bougie ass bitch. Unlike my grandfather, my poor grandpa, his mom and dad died when he was very young. And so him and his older brothers had to literally take care of the plantation farm that they had. His family was well off too, like my grandmother. They had what they called plantation, kind of like mansion manor things back in North and South Carolina.
Right.
Unlike my grandmother, him and his brothers literally had to take care of the youngest. So they had to mine the tomatoes, the tobacco, plantation. They had to mine the farming. They already did this as young kids. They already knew how to take care of it. So they had to take care of the young children so they could put food on the table, clothing on the back, get them to and from school. So they had to get themselves washed and bathed. They had to cook the meals, keep the house clean, keep it orderly. At that time, they didn't have child protective services. The schools were highly abusive back in them days, because my grandma had told me stories that one day she came to school with a migraine on her period. A teacher had shoved her underneath the desk with the nosebleed. I mean, things were tough back in them days. I mean, this was back in like the 30s and the 40s, because my grandma was born in 1923. My grandpa was born in 1921, and things were extraordinarily tough back in them days. That was like in the Great Depression time, you know what I'm saying? So my grandma, on the other hand, her mother died because my cousin finally found out. My cousin Cheryl, she had really went and dug and did some, and I'm grateful for my cousin doing this. She dove in deep, because my grandma had this story that my great grandma didn't love her, and that my great grandma just threw her away like a sack of potatoes, or taters, as my grandma said it, because my grandma was extremely deep south. And that my great grandfather did not love her, which my great grandfather was a pallbearer, which he wasn't a pallbearer, he was a mortician. He owned his own mortician area. He had the mortician area in his house. So people would come to him and he would arrange the whole entire funeral for them. And he would take care of the body, he would do the embalming, he would hold the funeral in the house, and he would actually take care of everything, the burial, all that. That was my great granddaddy, and he looked scary. He looked like the creepy tall thin man from one of our favorite movies, Phantasm. And he was actually so nice that he made sure that all my aunts got to go to family, especially my grandmother. She actually went to his wife's sister, and they extremely spoiled her. My grandmother even had slaves. This is how bad that it was. This is how bougie that it got. Now, back in them days in the South, you had slaves. You were considered what? Rich. And so she got spoiled. The slaves spoiled her. The whole entire family spoiled her. And the thing was, is she was a spoiled damn brat. Just like my mom. My mom and my grandma were both spoiled damn brats. If they didn't get their damn ways, like my grandma was mentally sick. My grandma, if things didn't go her way, this is the things that I would have to hear as a child. She was going to go out on the desert in El Paso, Texas, and let the wild coyotes and all the wild animals eat her. I had to hear this starting at the age of 4. I looked at my grandpa thinking that she would actually do this because I, being, around my grandparents since birth, thinking that my grandma was actually going to get ate by wild animals and coyotes and start freaking out and crying because I was attached to my grandparents to the hip. And I'm sitting here crying and everything, and my poor granddaddy raising me because my grandpa, like I said, was my father figure. He was everything to me. I would go to grandpa about everything. I would go to him questions about puberty. I would go to him about boys. I would go to him about education. I would go to him about my mother. I would go to him about my grandmother. I would go to him about my aunts, my cousins, everything. I mean, just overall conversations. I mean, I would even, when we lived in Colorado, I was probably about 4 or 5 blocks away from him. I would walk down from the trailer that we were at, go all the way down this creek, walk behind the creek, go all the way up to the apartments they were at, and just go see him and my grandma. My mom didn't even know this, that I would walk over there nearly every day just to see my grandparents. This is how attached I was to my grandparents. I would walk over there every single day after school just to see my grandparents. And I would walk over there to see my grandpa, check on him, see how he was doing, see if he wanted me to make him a bowl of ramen noodles, or if he wanted me, because he likes how I make scrambled eggs. And sometimes I would ask him, do you want me to make you one of my pork chops, or do you want me to make you something else? Because my grandma, all she would make him was burnt, or like she would boil weenies, and grease would just lactate in this water. And I'm just like, Grandpa, you want me to cook for you? And I would go over there and cook him meals. And I would just sit there and talk to him and tell him how my day went. And I'd ask him how his day went. And we'd sit there and just catch up. And that's all my mom had to do. But she had her head so shoved so far up this asshole's ass. And she didn't realize what she was doing. And all she had to do was just let this motherfucker go and live her life. And this is what I wanted her to do. And this is all I was telling her. Mom, go live your life. And she always formed these attachments with these derogatory, negative, narcissistic, manipulative people. And this is why I tell people, don't form these attachments either. I mean, seeing how my grandpa was, I don't know why she went with this person. Now, her mother, I can maybe somewhat understand, but my grandma wasn't even as bad as those motherfuckers she was with. But, my mom could have done like infinitely better. I mean, I could have picked her out a guy. It wouldn't have taken me even a minute, a second to pick her out a guy just like that, and it could have been her soulmate without even trying. I wouldn't even have to try. I mean, and like I said, I'm not dogging. My main thing that I'm talking about is the parental part. Me, it didn't take me much to change. I mean, my aunts used to tell my aunt that always caused drama in the family, that my grandpa kicked her out of the hospital room when I came in to see him. And she was sitting there telling everybody, oh, he wants Tab out. He wants Tab out. He goes, no, I want you out and I want Tab to stay. Pissed her off. I'm like, yeah, I'm the favorite. I calm him down. You upset him. I'm his rock. You're a piece of shit. Get out. I've always been my grandpa's rock. Get over it. I'm the favorite. I've always been the favorite, and I always will be. Get over it. Because I listened to him. I willingly went to him. I took his advice. I applied his advice. I still want the man's advice. I mean, like I tell my kids, I would just give a moment just to hear his voice. Just a moment. My family don't understand how bad it hurts. I cry all the time. My mom thinks it's bad. No, I don't tell her how bad it is for me. I don't want to tell her because I don't want her to worry. But it's horrible for me. That's why I don't go to San Antonio anymore. It really is bad for me because it's like I know he spiritually sees me, but just thinking that he's gone, I mean, not physically here in the physical form, and I know my daughter feels the same way about her dad. And for us, it sucks.
Mm.
I mean, it's the epitome of it's hard. Like, people ask me how I'm gonna feel when my mom's gone. It's gonna suck for me. Yeah. I mean, my mom, her and I were best friends to a point. I have fun with my mom. I went to concerts with my mom. I shared a lot of good laughs with her. I watched a lot of cool shows with her. I went to like one of my first coolest concerts ever with my mom. But the one that I was closest to is my grandpa. And I'm not trying to take anything from my mom, but I wouldn't have had anything if it wasn't for my grandpa. Because my grandpa would always be the one that would be telling her, Karen, you need to be there for her. He would always have to tell her, be there, be there, be there, be a mom. And the fact that she couldn't is what put that gap,
His blonde beat me.
And he was the one that was literally mother, father, grandpa, grandma, best friend, confidant. I mean, it's bad that, one person in the family was I'm wiping tears from everywhere. It sucks. But one person is everything in a family. That they're the cement, that they're the bread, the butter, they're the salt, they're the pepper, they're the bacon, they're the grits, they're the cheese, they're the omelet, they're everything in the family. And he was. He was the sun, he was the moon, he was the stars, he was the sky, he was the cosmos, the Neptunes, the nebulas, the moon, like I said, the clouds. I mean, and when he went away, it's like everything was being torn so far away. Like, it's like I felt like a cartoon character that everything was being erased from my page. Everything was turning white. I mean, I know people say that white is the presence of color. I feel it's the absence of color. To me, black is the presence of color. That's why I like black. To me, black is like blam, is all the colors at once. White is, to me, is like all the colors ripped away, and it's just like so bland and so derogatory. And to me, it reminds me of that song Pink. I don't want to hear the silence, because silence screams the truth. Because it lets you know that you're finally alone at that moment, that you finally need that one person that you're just, that everything that you've been screaming, that you've been trying to say, that you've been trying to say, that it's all muffled out, and you don't have the words to say anymore. That's why I love that song. Because it's like everything that I could put into words is just that one song by Pink. It's like she took every word I had to say and just put it in that one song. And it's about my sobriety too. I mean, occasionally people see me drink and they go, we thought you were sober. I'm like, I am sober. You don't get it. It's like, dude, I said, you can still be sober and enjoy a good drink. And that's why people go, it's messing with your sobriety. I said, do you see me at the club getting turned like I used to? No.
That's annoying.
I'm like, I'm not out there, let's go sugar. No, you don't see me out there doing like I used to. I can't. I'll die. I'm diabetic. I mean, I can't do that shit like I used to. I told my daughter, I told my son, I'm gonna be doing Jaeger bombs, bummer rummers. If you don't know what a bummer rummer is, it's basically a version of a margarita, but with rum. It's like a strawberry daiquiri with rum. It is fucking fantastic. But it's like with so many different things, and it's freaking delicious. It's yummy. I highly recommend it. If you want to try it and you're in Texas, go to Colleen. Try to find a place that's owned, or a guy named David works at. He is so freaking awesome. He was like the owner of Bums. Is my dude. A guy named String works there, I think. They were my boys. I wish them the best. I still consider them friends. I just keep my distance from them right now because of an ex-friend of mine. That's a whole nother conversation I have to talk about again. I need to kind of go into depth with that. I thought I kind of squashed it, but there's still some shit I need to squash. um, but uh, dealing with parents, if you think that you have to have a parent to teach you, you don't. It's like, think about everything that they didn't teach you and apply that. Like, it's common knowledge. Like, you want love? Okay, make sure you give your kids all the love that they didn't give you. You want attention? Make sure all the attention you wanted, give it to your kids. That's what I do. That's why my kids are like, oh my God, mom, you're smothering me. Well, guess what? That's how much attention I wanted.
You did. That's crazy.
I smother my kids to death. And my kids will tell you, I am one of the most loving mothers you will ever find in the world. I smother them to death. And that's how much love I wanted. I wanted constant love and attention from my mom, and I never got it. That's why I used to tell her, Mom, just hang out with me, watch TV with me, just chill with me, play games with me, go swimming with me, let's go to the park, let's go to the movies, just chill with me. And then she used to blame me, oh, it's just your friends. No, I got friends because you were ignoring me for a douche. And it's like I said, I'm not dogging her. I'm explaining things because people don't understand when they put you on hold for so long and then they expect you to leave your life on pause for so long. And then when you move on with your life and they're like, okay, I'm ready. It's like, no, you can't expect someone to sit there and be like, do, 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 do. Motherfucker, I'm not Jeopardy. I'm not going to sit here and play pause. It's like I wanted to live my life. I mean, there was so much things in my life that she held me back from. Like, I wanted to go to Six Flags. I wanted to go to the one in San Antonio. I wanted to go to the one in Austin. I wanted to go to Fright Fest. I actually did want to go to Disneyland. I wanted to go to Universal Studios. Um, Only place I did get to go to was Western Playland. I got to go to Wet and Wild, which I didn't get to do too much there because there was so much shit going on, so I had to leave. I wanted to go to SeaWorld. Still want to. I've got to go to a really cool aquarium thanks to my husband and his family, which I hate his family now, but they did take me to a cool aquarium. And I know you're going to be like, why do you hate his family? I will put it to y'all bluntly. And it's not, no, I will retract that. I do not hate. I seriously dislike them. And I will explain to y'all why. And it's not that I put them on a pedestal. I didn't. I had hope. Hope. I had love, admiration. Even for his bitch sister. His bitch sister can choke on a big nasty chicken bone. I mean, when a whore sits there, and she's a whore, and I'll tell y'all why I say she's a goddamn binchy madre motherfucking whore that sits there and wants to say that she can judge people. Now, when you sit here, and I'm getting a telephone call from my poppy, his ears must be burning. Give me a minute. Hello. No, I'm doing a video. Sorry. Sorry. I only did like maybe 20-ish, $30. Yeah. Okay. Well, no, I hope no other things come through because they have this thing where they're putting stuff that they had from last year that they're doing it. They're doing it like every so many days, and it's like $9.99. But then they had another game booster pack, so I try to get it so I don't miss. I'm telling him about the game thing I play, guys. Um, uh, but yeah, that's the only thing I'm doing. I hope they don't do another one until next week, is what I'm hoping. Well, we do, but you're not. Yes, we do. I could. I mean, I don't see why.
What the fuck?
Well, you could still let me
I'd want
use some
that.
of the money from the paycheck for it. Yeah. Yeah. I'll see how bad it gets. I'll let you know. What? Can I communicate? Communicate? Only thing I had to pay left is the phone and the truck. That's all we got to pay this month, and we're done. And rent.
Again, is that? Oh no.
That's it. No. No, you're fine, Boppy. That's yours.
Get it. Oh. What the fuck?
No.
Oh,
Ah, sabes que,
Look.
hijo.
What a sidestep.
Okay, I'll do my best. I'll let you know. Okay, and then we'll see. Hey, look, if it's hey, I got cash on me anyway. If it's that bad,
What?
I've got 20.
Fuck it, we sliding.
I could cover if I need to do any other else, which I hope not.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's using that?
Baby, I will let you know, and then you'll be like, okay, okay. But hopefully nothing
I
else.
thought you
I'm
were so
hoping. I don't know
random.
because they don't let me know ahead of time. I wish they did. That's it. They give me like extra time. That's all I'm saying. Because sometimes they give me 2, 3 days, and if like I say, if it falls on Tuesday, then I can do that. But if it falls on a Sunday, then I can't.
What the?
I'm not. Oh. Mm. Just go get this stuff done, okay? Okay, wings. And you're gonna go get the pizza? Okay.
What a fight.
Okay.
That's actually pretty good.
Okay.
Damn. Damn.
Are you want to drop that stuff out first and then go to Best Buy so it don't get cold? Oh, okay. Okay, I got you.
Oh, he's starting to cheat.
Alright.
Yeah,
I'll
he's
go
sliding.
on what?
I can't fight you.
Yeah, she can't eat. Cat, you can't eat pizza, right?
Nope.
Yeah, because of the dough.
And the grease on
And the
it.
grease on the pizza mainly.
This is not fair.
I got you. Love you too.
I'm gonna have to.
Bye.
I can't do combos, so I'm gonna have to be careful.
All right, guys. So, like I was saying, I didn't have anybody on a pedestal or anything, but um, it's more that I had hope because since I only had one decent, well, no, I have two cousins that I adore, which they know who they are because I have them on my Facebook, and I still talk to them.
My sister saying that she cropped out the person, but I have the full picture. She sent me this one.
Aww, baby Chiquita.
It's me. Like a bunch of.
Nice.
It's
That's
me.
cool. So, I had hope that I would actually get another family, which I know most people would be like, maybe that's your fault,
Look at
but
my fingers.
you're all.
It's a,
It looks like you were going like this.
these two fingers are like this. I'm over here doing this to my chest.
Aw, it's so cute.
Shit is so laggy. How is anyone supposed to beat that?
I don't know.
Man, it's like they knew I was gonna be.
Heavy metal, man. Yeah, yeah.
Good lord.
But, um, I didn't have none of them on, you know, up there. I did get along with his dad, miss his dad, because he's no longer with us. And the rest of them treat me like crap, including my niece and my nephews. I did get along with some of them, but now, well, actually, no, I get along with one of my nieces. She seems okay. There was a lot of going back and forth, talking behind my back to the sister that I'm talking about. They were ratting me out basically and telling the sister shit, which, I really don't give a fuck. I am who I am. I'm gonna be who I am. So she was gonna find out shit, so I really could care less.
My sister.
I could tell.
To be
I could
honest, that's why
tell.
she's not really invited to the living.
Um, and if she ever finds out anything, I really don't care. Thing is, only reason why I had a problem with her is because how she treated me. Um, Treating me like shit because I was a smoker. You're a Christian. You're not supposed to judge people. If anything, you're supposed to treat me better. You're supposed to show me that, your love through Christ means you have more love through me because God said he loves the most. Like I've told you before, guys, on here, he's like, even my long talk that I had dealing with Christianity, he loves his most wayward of his sinners. And, you're supposed to be reflecting God through you. And you're not supposed to be, a piece of shit, basically. And you're not supposed to be judging me. You're not supposed to be mistreating me. You're quite literally supposed to be acting like him. And you're treating me like I'm nothing, like your kids don't need to be near me, like I have AIDS. Like, it's horrible. What?
Alex said adorbs.
Aww.
He's seeing baby me.
Oh. So, I mean, like, a lady, I've told y'all before on here, she had called and told his mother in law, and, well, not his mother, my mother in law, about my past. Who doesn't have an assorted past, okay? Yeah, I wasn't all squeaky clean. She got this person, her name is Janie. She got all twisty and whatever about, because he was dating me. And they didn't catch that they wanted him dating, she wanted him to date his daughter because she thought his family was loaded. And because, she seen him driving his Camaro, which we don't have anymore. It was a 1987 T-top Camaro or 1988. It was one or the other. And he also had a truck. I think I remember seeing that one.
Yeah.
Isn't that Fetus holding you?
Yep.
When she was like really young?
Yep. She was 22 or 23.
Oh wow, she was around my age when she had all of y'all.
Oh,
Damn,
she
that
was
means
like,
she was uber young when she had y'all, like a teenager.
she got pregnant at 19. She aborted that one on purpose by hitting herself. My first
Puta.
brother, that's like my actual first brother, like the oldest, that should be in his late 20s right now. If she would have tapped down.
Older than Dre.
Yep.
Eagles meal, she's gonna pay for that one.
Around, I think he was like 1997 or 1996.
Montre. Okay. Anyway, guys. So, needlessly to say, she told the mother and the sister about me. And supposedly they were sitting there saying, she should mind her business and all this shit and da da da. Then they, saying all that. Then they told, my husband he had to break up with me. And my brother in law was there too. Even though my father in law was telling them they should stop, they should quit, they should mind their own business. Everyone has a past. Who doesn't have a past? They should give me a chance because I might not be that person anymore. My father in law was sticking up for me. One reason why I love that man to this day, even though he's gone. Um, Again, every time I've been around them, I have felt nothing but judgment. I've been getting side eyed by them every time. Anytime I've been nothing but nice to them, I've been respectful because they're like how my family is, even though they're Hispanic and I do have a Hispanic DNA in me, which I've done my DNA background and it shows I do have Latina in me. Um, I was raised traditionally Latina anyway, because even though my grandma was Southern, she was like very Hispanic in nature, which was weird. Um, Even with her ghetto-ness, it was bad. So I knew how to be around his family. Even the jokes I caught, like watching George Lopez, Gabriel Iglesias, like the kids thought it was funny because I knew the shit because I'd say it before he said it. I knew it. That's how my grandma was. I plus that's all the friends I had too because I didn't like hanging out with the white people, and it's nothing that's how they treated me because of course my hair, big and wavy and poofy, and I mean I don't look traditionally Americanly white because I'm not. I mean, I also have Cherokee, Blackfoot. My sister Catherine had told me I have Blackfoot, which I don't know if she's being a smartass about it, but I mean, I did see I have, Native American, which they did say Cherokee, but I didn't know nothing about the Blackfoot. Um, but I don't know if she was being a smartass, because we all get black feet when we walk around barefoot, so she could be being a little smartassery about it. But Native American or not, I'm proud. I'm proud of my Native American ancestry because it's proud people. Um, and then when I was telling them about my ancestry, they would act all snobby about it. And I'm like, okay, fuck you, you know? And then his mom's sisters get attached to me. And she wigged out. And she's like, the heck? I'm like, does it bother you that your own sisters like me, mom? And the thing is I'm being respectful and they're all being rude to me. And I'm like, I feel like I'm around my own family. It's bad. Like I'm legit around my mom, my own aunts, aka Diaz and Theos, my uncles, and my, cousins and shit. And I'm like, really? I put y'all up with this honor, this respect, and it's like I'm around my own family. And then his sister, when they talked, her thing is because my spiritual beliefs, I used to smoke, and because I have a problem with her. I've been nothing but nice to this bitch. She's talked shit about my new sister. Well, she's not new right now, but she's the last one that my brother had. And I like her. She's actually down to earth. She's cool. Um, She's sweet. She's bubbly. I like that about a person. I like sweet, bubbly people. I can get along with that. I dig it. And she understands, she's Catholic, but I chill with Catholic because Catholic believes in curanderos and curanderas. That's shamans. I'm cool with that. They believe in healers, so that don't bother me. And she's cool with not judging people based on their beliefs. So I like my brother's wife. She judges her because she's extremely. I pick up on my sister. She's very empathetic. She has extreme empathy. I mean, she's very soft-hearted. Like you say the wrong thing to her, she's gonna cry. And I feel for that. I understand how that is because she's been bullied. I can tell she's been bullied. I've been bullied all my life. So from another bullied person to another bullied person, I relate. So I connect to. So I'm cool with my brother now because him and I has had like a big conversation and we connected. And so he don't judge me as much anymore. So there's only so many people with my husband's family I'm cool with. Like I'm cool with my brother, I'm cool with his wife, and one niece. I was cool with like one, two, like two nieces, one, two, three nephews. Now I can't stand none of my nephews because they're all fake. One nephew's married to a huge ass whore that cannot take care of her kid. Like when we were at my father in law's funeral, the kid's face was damn near covered with boogers. And she was literally like, here, take care of my kid. Here, take care of my kid. Here, take care of my kid. Bitch didn't even want to take care of her own goddamn kid. Whenever I went somewhere and I had my kids with me and everybody was trying to take my kid, I'm like, get your goddamn hands off my kid. I don't want nobody touching my babies. My kids were clean cut, looking sharp, faces clean. If they had, drool que lavaba, I had their faces clean. I would get a white beat. My babies are like, ah, ah, ah. My kids were clean. They thought I was being too strict. I'm like, no, I don't like it. Looks bad. It looks like you don't care for your kid. Like, you're a bad mother. I don't want people getting that wrong idea about me. I love my children. I take good care of my kids. I spend time on my kids. I put energy into my children. I want them knowing that. I mean, because when they sat there and they asked my husband, was I abusive? Was I this? I'm like, nigga, you don't know a goddamn thing about me. You better fuck you. No, I correct my kid when they fuck up. But I'm not abusive. I'm extremely comforting to my children. And unlike a certain mother, Lisa, I don't have to buy my children. I can earn a child's love. Bitch was jealous of me. She literally had to come in and be like, here, I will buy you because I'm jealous of your tia, me. Because the kids were actually naturally drawn to me because I earned their love and appreciation. She has to sit here, take them to all these fancy. I'm gonna take you to New York. I'm gonna take you to Hawaii. I'm gonna take you to Disneyland because I'm not sitting here gonna go spend all this fancy money on my nieces and nephews. Because I'm like, you know what? If I ain't gonna spend that kind of, I'll spend that money on my kids. But I ain't gonna spend that money on my nieces and nephews. Are you fucking crazy? It's like, no, me hanging out with you, I'll take y'all to the movies possibly. I will take y'all to the park. But me spending time with you and actually sharing memories, making you laugh, actually doing something with you legitimately, that should be fucking enough. I don't have to buy you. Nigga, if I have to buy you, take your ass out of here. I don't need you. If you have to be bought, then you ain't family. You know what I'm saying? My wallet is not a fucking heart. My heart is in my chest cavity, motherfucker. Okay? And my time is livid. It's very limited because I have illnesses. So you wasted my time. Thank you. And I could have been giving it to my children. I could have been giving it to my husband. I could have been giving it to people that actually gave a shit. I could have been doing something better with my time. I could have been making videos. I could have been cleaning my house. I could have been out shopping. I could have been getting my nails did. I could have been getting a pedicure, bitch. You wasted my motherfucking time, ho. I could have been hanging out with my cats. I could have been doing some design. I'm artistic as fuck. No one knows. I make shit. I could have been doing some spell jars, you know what I'm saying? I mean, there's so much stuff that someone can do. But, these spoiled ass brats are like, what's in your wallet? Bitch, this ain't a Chase commercial. Have some respect for your elders. Time is important. That's why my grandpa was number one to me. People don't understand the value of time, memories, love, respect. I mean, like I said, I would give anything for my grandpa just to come down and talk to me right now. Dude, I would give fingers, I'd give toes, I'd give nails, I'd give my hair. I'd give anything to have my grandpa right now. Just to hear his voice, just to hear him come down and say, "Hey, Tab, I love you. How's life?" I see the kids. The kids are beautiful. I'm proud of you, girl. That would make my day. And these kids nowadays, they be like, you got a tablet, you got a phone, you got an iWatch, you know? They be thinking of electronic. Oh, do you got a cash card app? They be thinking of money. And I'm like, nigga, really? Really? That's what you thinking. And it's sad and it's messed up. And I'm like, are you for real? Even for my father-in-law, just to see him is, see his silly little thing and hear him doing the ding, 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 ding on his guitar. Even though it would be like, oh my God, again. But it would just be good to see him. And then for him to go, just to see him for just like a few seconds. I mean, occasionally I have weird dreams of him just coming down. I had a dream one time. It was a Christmas dream. It was wild. And I wasn't even thinking about the poor man. And he came and it was like he was talking to me, my husband, my kids, all my kids. And it was just the most randomest thing. And I was like, whoa. It made me happy because he was there and my grandpa was there. It was like my father-in-law and my grandpa. And it gave me such peace. But kids, I mean, like my nieces and my nephews, they don't call and be like, hey, can we come over and hang out with you? I know they got shit going on. But it's like, dude, y'all could come over and hang out. But that's why I told my husband, I don't want them knowing where we live because they don't hit us up like they used to. They ain't nothing that important, We sit here and just be chilling out the house. I know they be doing the same damn thing. This is why I don't like them. This is why I can't stand them. Because it's like if we're not offering them money, they ain't got time for us. If we're not taking them somewhere, offering them food, offering them drinks, offering them something bougie. Like if I ain't taking my, I had like the one niece I had, like for my father-in-law's funeral, the girl was damn near sitting on top of me. And she was actually hanging out with me, asking how we were doing, even though she hasn't came and hang out with us since. But that moment, it was special. And I respect her for it. And I love her for it because I was hurting. And she was the only one that did that. My own nephew, that was supposed to be my closest nephew, was being a jerk. I understand he was hurting. I was hurting just as bad as he was.
Oh.
And I know he was exceptionally close to his grandfather. But it's like, dude, I was just telling you, if you need to come and hang out, just if you want to come vent, if you want to come talk, you can bring over your son, you can bring over your daughter. They can come play the games and we can come and just talk. And, if we need to cry, we could do it. I got your back.
That's hard to do.
Cold. It's like, fuck you then. I'm the realest family member he has. And it's like, you want to be like that? Like when I first met you, fine. You're going to see how cold and distant I can be. You're like, oh, what's up? What's up? It's like the one time I had a birthday party. And I think my father-in-law put it together. I don't know if it was my father-in-law or my brother-in-law. The one person that ruined it, my sister-in-law. Because her birthday's 2 days before mine. Goddamn Scorpio too. And my father-in-law was telling her, no, 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 no. Stay home. We'll bring you something. Because it was supposed to be just for me. It was the first time ever that they had done something just for me. And my kids knew how special that was to me. And I was actually genuinely having a good time. I was happy. I was actually vibrant. My light was actually shining. And I actually felt warm for once in my life. Like, because I had been having a bad time because my mom and me had been fighting. And genuinely, I felt happy for a long time. Even my daughter felt happy. My son felt happy that day. Even my youngest son felt happy. And we all were having a good time until she showed up. And typically she ruins everything. She really does. And the bad thing is, everybody gives her things like things to go to the spa and all this crap. I've actually been in a car accident where I've messed up my neck, my hip, my whole entire right leg, my whole entire back. I broke both my ankles, dislocated my shoulders. No one's offered me gifts for my birthday like that. I've never been to a spa. No one's bought me things to go get my nails done. Only people that's done this is my husband. That family can offer to do things like that for my birthday. I've worked harder than that woman ever has. I've raised 2 disabled kids, taking care of them by myself without my husband's help. I've done everything by myself and I've never asked anybody's help. Not a once. I've done it all by myself. No one has ever helped me, gave me information, done shit. I've done everything all on my own. While working, like before I met my husband, I worked 3 full-time jobs, going to school, and I worked my ass off. That bitch does not know nothing about the shit that I've done. They don't know a goddamn thing about the hard work I've done, the hours I put in, sleepless days. Sometimes I was lucky if I was able to get 3 hours in because of my mom. Tab, you gotta go. You can't sleep. You gotta get up. You gotta clean this house, and you gotta watch Adrian. I'm like, you can't watch him just so I can get just 2-3 hours of sleep because I've literally been working, going to school. I mean, that's why my bags are literally indented for lack of sleep. I have, like, when they give me vitamin D, I take 50,000 units of vitamin D because I don't go outside. I haven't gone outside. I used to go outside. I mean, because of how abused I was, I don't do shit. My vitamin D is so exceptionally low. And then the iron they were giving me, I think they were giving me past 30,000 units of my iron deficiency. That's like your blood count level. I have a lot of bad problems with my health. Not mentioning my heart. I haven't told anyone about my heart. I do have heart problems and they're wanting me to go to cardiology. I'm refusing to go to cardiology because I know that they're going to probably mention putting stents in or something like that. And I'm like, no, I refuse because I have seen half my friends that are getting heart problem issues and this, that, and the other. They're not the same. So I rather live my life the way I'm living with constant Charlie horses in my chest. I rather do that because my grandpa did it until he was 81, 82. Why can't I do it? I mean, he didn't have heart surgery. All they did was just give him some medicine here and there, and he lived. It was painful, but he lived until about 80 something. So I'm just like, shit, I can do the same thing.
I think you told me he was almost 90.
No, he was 80. My grandma
Like
was
near
90.
90.
My grandma was 90. He was 80.
So he
Grandma
was
was.
born in 1919.
No, Grandpa was born 1921. Grandma was born 1923.
Oh, you have it on his grave, 1919.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
You
was,
said
and
1921.
yeah, he was 80 when he passed because he died in 2000.
Yeah.
And then Grandma was 91, 92. Yeah, my grandma was an old bird. That woman did not want to die. Mrs. I want to die. I want to go see God. And I'm like, why won't you die? Mrs. I do. I'm like, yeah, right, lying sack of shit. You're not dying. I know that sounds bad of me, but I was giving her shit. I like teasing her, Mrs. I want to die. I want to see God. I'm like, yeah, that's why you're not letting go. Mrs., I want to die. I'm like, you're living forever.
Alright, after this thing, I'm gonna get on.
I told her she was going to outlive me. I mean, she outlived a grandson, which was bad. She damn near outlived a daughter almost. Which is pretty bad that, you're a mother and you outlive a grandkid and a daughter. Well, actually, she did outlive a daughter, I think. My Aunt Nina. I think my aunt, yeah, she outlived my Aunt Nina.
Hi, I have the family tree.
Yeah, I think she did. No. My Aunt Nina passed after her. Correction.
2016.
Yeah,
It's in your family tree.
yeah, that's correct. So yeah, she almost outlived. Almost. Now, see, the only reason why she didn't is because she committed suicide. I'm gonna be honest, my grandma did commit suicide. She finally gave up. My grandma committed suicide. She finally did. But now, when I do start getting back to stuff, like I said, if people do like the readings, I will do readings on whatever topic. There's no ifs, ands, or buts on what readings I do. Now, depending if you're wanting tarot or oracle or runes or pendulum, that's where it varies. Spells, there will be what spells I will do. So we will discuss spells, charges, stuff like that. Payment will be required up top when I do spells. When spells are requested, I only work on one spell a day because I will do that spell that day. When I get payment, I will go get if I don't have the items at home that I require, because most people they go per like me. I look up my spell books and see as an idea, like when people have spell books as a reference. That's what I use spell books for. I see like what a typical other witch would use. Like say some people use cinnamon in either hexes or love spells per se. Because it's for desire or hate, depending on what you want to use it for. I also use saffron depending on certain things. I use bay because you yourself can use bay as writing down what you desire and throw it in a fire as intent, depending on if your intent is strong and you know how to focus your will. Now, if I do baubles, aka potion balls, those ones, depending, I have to do on moon cycles. Now, those I can't do within a day. That means I can do another spell within a day because I have to go per cycle of moon. So that's like if you want a certain stronger spell, like say it's a waning lunar moon, and if I need a spell to be on a full moon, even though I'm taking a payment from you, say today, and your spell, I won't work it for another 2 weeks. You will have to be patient for your spell to work. Now, said potency, as in when said spell would work. Um, Sometimes you can start seeing it working within a week, 2 weeks. Sometimes you won't see it work until a month, 2 months, 3 months. It is based on what you're sending me because I will also need your intent as well. I need whatever energy that you can send when I'm working that spell because I need your energy as well. Also, I will need whatever I'm putting in. I don't need you thinking that, oh my God, she's full of crap. No, I'm not full of crap. I have people that I've worked spells for. Yes, you can, my sweet. That's fine. I told her our share. Now, as I said, I don't do love spells because if I do love spells, y'all are gonna pay me straight up $500. I'm telling you right now. Because if I fuck with something like that and I put my life at risk, y'all gonna pay me either $500 to $1,000. I ain't playing because my shit does work, and I ain't playing.
If they want it fast, include extra fee.
And if they want it super, like I said, y'all want it super fast, it's gonna be $2,000. I'm not playing because if I do something like that, my shit does work. And I'm not putting myself at risk just because. And people are like, oh my God. No, 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 no. I'm the real deal and I'm not playing. When I say I'm not dabbling in something, because I know the repercussion because of my blood lineage, I know what happens. A lot of other witches, they're like, okay, yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it because they're hungry for money. I'm not that fucking hungry for money because I know what's going to happen. Okay. They don't give a fuck. They're willing to put, they've got time. They're young. They think it's okay. They think they've got enough time. That's why their kids get sick. That's why they have bad misfortune. That's why they're sitting there crying and whining and teeth falling out of their head. Their hair starts, getting really thin. That's why they have to start moving to smaller places. And they have a lot of money, but they don't understand why they have misfortune. They can't pay their bills even though they got money. I can tell you they've done things that they shouldn't have done, and fate's kicking their ass. So, how do you contact me for said things? If you want certain things, I will give you emails. You tell me what you want exactly, and you tell me who you're wanting it for. If you're wanting hexes done, I will need pictures. I will need said birthdays. That's all I need. Pictures and birthdays. I'm that good. I will not need anything else but that. Um, for money spells, all I need is your intent and your picture. Um, now y'all can throw anything else. I'm not gonna do. Can you make my penis bigger? When I first started coming out that I was a witch back on AOL, like I'd say in my early 20s, I had this one guy that he was, and I feel bad for him now, and I don't know where he is. I remember him, and he was a friend of mine, and I'm not trying to make fun of him, and don't any of you make fun of him because I will whoop y'all's ass. Because he did have Crohn's disease, and he was wanting me to help him to make his penis bigger. You can get penis enlargement pills. You could go to your doctor, whatever, nowadays, and he could have done it then too. I don't know why you come to a witch. There's actually things that you could take. There's roots that you could take if you want your penis bigger. It's actually in Chinese mythology. It's herbal. I could actually look it up and tell you what it is. And it really does make your penis bigger. Okay. I don't know why you guys want y'all's penis bigger. It doesn't do shit. You can actually get a cock rock, like the cock ring. It'll actually make blood flow. It's about controlling when you ejaculate. One, it's about knowing how to hit the G spot, nigga. And I know I'm saying nigga a lot. I'm not racist by no means. Okay, I actually got that. I have black in me, so kiss my ass. I actually do. It's in my gene. I did my background check. I do have it, so kiss my fucking ass. And I'm saying it the correct way too, so bite my ass on top of it. Anyway, um uh it's about the motion in the ocean, and it's also probably because you too frisky and you trying to get yours and you're not trying to give it to her. And if you can't hit it, put a little tongue action in it. Okay, baby, or put some fingers in it. Try to figure it out. Study, read, figure out the female analogy. Ask her, does this feel good? Does this feel good? It's really simple analogy, bitch. I mean, I'm not trying to disrespect you by calling you a bitch if you coming to me to figure it out. I'm telling you as a witch. I mean, there's a lot of things you could do for your woman. You could do sexual oils. You could do body massages. You could do intimate foreplay. You can actually have her actually reach her climax before you hit your climax. Give her cookie first, then you get your cookie. And then guess what? Everybody's got their cookie. Because I know a lot of guys think, well, if I make her reach her peak, what makes her you think I'm. Trust me, if you let a girl get her peak first, she'll be more than willing to let you get yours. Sometimes I'm not trying to air out my business. If my man lets me get my cookie first, I will reward him and let him get his cookie. I know a lot of girls ain't like me, but I'm about rewarding. I'm about to reward. Actually, have that discussion if you're in an intimate relationship and be like, hey, if I give you your first, Will you let me get my next? It's about conversation. Conversation is sexy. There ain't nothing wrong about some intimate conversation. It's what I tell my kids. Intimate conversation is good because we're in a bad world nowadays. I mean, God, look who we have for president. I said that earlier. I mean, we have they're trying to take out good things in the world that we've been fighting for, and it's like we going back in time to a bad time. We need to go in the future where things are good. I'm telling y'all what y'all need to work for. Talk to your partners, figure out what they like, go to a good medium. That's why we have good oils. Put some weed into it. Get you some Delta. Get you some CBD. Relax your bodies. Feel good about yourself. Don't overdo it. Microdose. Okay? Because I've learned the hard way when I did Delta. I ate a whole motherfucking cookie and I'm like, I ain't feeling shit. Let me take some gummies. Let me hit my vape. 30 minutes later, I'm like, wow, I'm actually feeling high. An hour later, I was melting into the couch. Literally, I was like, I felt like the dude. I've told y'all this before. I felt like the dude from Get Out. I was literally going into the couch. I was high than a motherfucker. I literally was. I owe my cousin some shit too. I told him I'd buy him some, so I need to get him some for his birthday, and he's gonna whoop my ass because he thinks I forget. I did not forget you. I love you, man. I'm gonna send you some, I swear. Because it's right there where he lives. So all I gotta do is just get it shipped to his address, and I'm gonna do it. Um, but yeah, you put it, you get a little bit, wait 20, 30 minutes, and then you get some sexual play going. Oh, it's so good. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I mean, a lot of people have came to me about money, sex, dealing with the witchcraft, and it does involve into it. I'm telling you, if y'all actually conversate. I mean, I even have cards that I bought, which they're not here at. Are they here still? Yes, they are.
Yeah.
I bought these. I know y'all gonna laugh. I don't know if you can see it correctly. I bought these off of Timu. That's all you gotta do. And all it does is just it asks you questions. Like you ask each other questions. And these are actually good cards. I actually told my kids they can borrow it because they're getting married this year. And I told them when they go on their honeymoon, take this and it helps you improve on your intimacy. Like it helps you ask each other questions. You may be a little embarrassed, but what's wrong with a little bit of embarrassment? You're alone together and it's you and your
Play some of them.
yeah, and
It's fun.
it's fun. You're learning about each other. Oops, sorry, baby. And all you're doing is you're learning about your husband. You're learning about your wife. You're learning about your girlfriend. You're learning about your boyfriend. You're learning about them. You're learning about they. You're learning about X and Y. You're learning about whomever you're with. And that is sexy. That is beautiful. It's awesome. There's nothing wrong with it. And I know that I've talked about everything, but this is what I go through all my videos. I'm very educational. And this is what our sister did that we lost. She was very educational in everything she did. And this is one thing I'm trying to take up with my witches. Not only do I plan to teach, I want to also help other people because I know other people struggle in sexuality, in business, in beauty. I mean, people think that being a bigger person, you can't be beautiful. Bitch, whatever. I mean, I struggle sometimes not feeling like myself because yes, I am bigger, but I'm going to start like I said doing my makeup. I'm going to re-dye my hair hopefully. Even though I don't care, it's not that dyeing it's going to make me feel beautiful, but I used to dye my hair randomly. Even though it's so thin, I'm going to start putting on wigs. It could be thinning out because I'm getting older. It could be thinning out because I'm sick. It could be thinning out because of all the medication I'm on and all the medication I'm on, diabetes, depression. Um, I'm not sure if it's blood pressure or cholesterol. It's one or the other. Um, I'm also on hormone replacement medication because I'm going through menopause. Um, I also take medication for constant, chronic pain. Um, I mean, it's just like a random array of medicine. Is stuff that my grandma and my mom took, and it's, hereditary. And, it's nothing to feel bad about. And it's what YouTube was actually originated for. It was for music, beauty, business, people, blogging. And a lot of people forgot about that. They're more like, let's go to Twitch, let's go to Twitter, let's go to TikTok, whatever. And it's like they bitch and moan. And it's like, you know what? I'm going to start bringing content that it was originated for. And I know I do a lot of shit live because I feel like if I record it and then post it, sometimes I'm like, man, I wish I could respond to them. I wish that I could talk to them and actually get, like actually have some communication with them like a real person rather than it be pre-recorded. That's why I do live. So if anybody ever wants to hop on and just talk to me while I'm actually here on, doing whatever, they can. I mean, because sometimes being pre-recorded is like it's just to avoid people. I don't mind chilling with people sometimes, but I do have anxiety. I have anxiety to the infinite power. I also have agorism. I also have depression to Jesus Christ. And I used to be a social butterfly, but nowadays being around a lot of people with me having this sensory that I have with my gift, it's just like, can y'all not just not be y'all? Because it's like, they're a bit much. I mean, the energy, it's like I can feed off y'all if I want and feel better. But it's like sometimes y'all are so heinous and toxic and evil. And it's like, what happened to the world? I used to like feeding off y'all when y'all were happy and chill and vibing and just like everybody wants to be, yeah, yeah. I like that. That's why I used to like going to the club. People didn't realize why I liked going to the club. It was partying, and people were just like wanting to escape the negativity of the world. They were just like, you know what? I've had a bad day. I want to come here. I want to dance. I want to sweat and be sloppy and be messy and just not give a fuck how fucked up my makeup looks, how fucked up my hair looks, or if I get a wedgie, if I fall, or if I look stupid. I don't care. I just want to dance and just forget about the week I had. That was why I liked going to. I don't know how many times I got so fucked up and fell on my ass at the club and I was on the floor laughing my ass off. I was trying to show people who cares. Have fun. That's the point of going out. I mean, people think that, oh my God, I gotta dance so perfect. I'm J Lo. I'm Britney Spears. I'm Katy Perry. I'm Nicki Minaj. I'm Cardi B. I don't know. I'm Iggy Azalea. I'm like, motherfucker, have you taken cardiograph? It's like, I didn't know that y'all were trained dancers. Y'all trained with Madonna. It's like, did y'all train with Prince before he passed away? It's like, y'all did not take, I took cardiograph here where I live. Me and my ex best friend actually were in dance class. We were actually training to be kittens. That's what they call the dance class down here. And that's not the only training that I had for dance. I actually had dance at YMCA in El Paso. I've trained for dance. When I say that I could go to all casting, not only have I had modeling gigs sent to me, I have had where I could be an extra just to start off. I could also do plus size modeling, and the gigs ain't small. I could start off anywhere from $500 to $10,000 plus. And it's because I have actually had pro modeling experience, not amateur. Like I'm not trying to dog on my ex best friend. My ex best friend has had amateur modeling experience. I have had professional modeling, choreograph, and I have actually had some acting experience, more acting experience, because I've actually had pro acting in El Paso with the modeling, choreograph, and everything else I have in my back pocket. When I signed up for all casting, they've asked you for all your background and you have to load it up. And I did. And I've actually had a lot of important gigs sent to me. And I can travel worldwide if I wanted to, but I'm limited in it to Texas. Nubis, my baby, my chocolate berry. Ooh, the handsome kitty.
I'm about to be in her room. You want him out for a bit?
It's up to you, baby. My room's open, so he probably can't. He's my pisser. He's an old man, even though he don't look like it. This is like Scary Movie Cat. You couldn't tell that he was an old cat at all. He hasn't changed or aged. You want to go ahead and put him up?
Oh, the Children's Adventures of Sabrina.
Or Sabrina. Yeah, he's a special witchy kid. He's like, don't do it. Yes, I have and he is damn near 18. Don't even look at. He looks like he's 10.
He's still alive. He's like,
yep, my gorgeous baby. And Riddick's getting bigger from being neutered already. But I'm not trying to shame nobody. I'm just saying because I've had the training, which I'm thinking seriously about going into it.
I signed up for one of them.
The all casting?
Not all casting. It's like a modeling agent. They're gonna do the shots for me and everything if they call me.
Awesome. But yeah, it's something that I'm seriously considering because it could help me with possibly getting back to maybe getting into the movies like I wanted to, and maybe help me with my book. That's why I considered doing this because, I've been proactive on wanting to do the book and I want to make the proper connections. And if I make the proper connections, then I could delegate inside the corporation like I want to and meet the right people. Because one of the people I know that has delegated inside the business, and he's been an extra and he's made decent money, and he sells. Oh God, artillery in Texas. Gotta love Elon dipshit Musk. Ugh.
One of his rocket ships,
yeah,
fell apart, and there's debris falling in certain states.
Piece of shit. Sorry, I like dogging on supposedly one of the smartest men in the world.
It looked so majestic, but also fucked up because how could he not be as smart as he is?
Yeah.
How could he not predict that
it was gonna fall apart? I like dogging on him.
The main part stabilized itself, but the part that fell off was like debris.
Look, y'all, it's like the song Starship.
He wants to buy the news outlet because they're reporting on it because people actually took videos of it.
We need to confiscate your videos for telecommunications and yeah. So y'all know, you've heard it here first on my video. I've been watching Rich Lux too much. Another person I love. Anyway, all us Texans are wild. And I'm not even a true Texan. Anyway.
Man, I'm not even from this country.
Yeah, my child's not even from this country. Yes, she's legal, but she's not from this country, you motherfuckers. Anywho.
The Biden administration did a power move on that to try and prevent them from just taking anyone who looks Hispanic.
I love Biden. I don't give a fuck when anybody says I love him as much as I do Obama. Oh, God rest that man. I love him.
Was taking a lot of people who were legally documented too, and they're not reporting on it.
Dicks.
They were just shoving them in a bag.
See, this is stuff I'm telling you we're going to talk about, like important things, other things that like stuff dealing like with aliens, supernatural stuff, things that we believe in, just random different things, movies, music, kind of like it'll be a podcast, but like a podcast like this, but not a podcast because Halloween kitty. Oh, you okay?
Oh, that almost made me throw up.
Are you the okay? Are you sure you're the okay?
I mean, my gallbladder's reacting.
Do you need the? Oh shit! You need the water?
Yeah, I'm gonna go get it.
Okay, I was gonna say if you need help, let me know. Mama help you as much as she can. It might not be the best, but I will do my best. All right, guys, but that's the updating with the prices, the stuff I'll do, what will be coming up. I am going to get more active. I'm actually probably going to post again this week. Only thing that held back is daughter had gallbladder problems. We found out she also has some other health issues. And then our asses caught COVID. The guys actually caught regular COVID. Her and I caught COVID, SARS. I had SARS 2, and I think she has SARS 3 or SARS 2.
Yeah, I think it's 2 or 3.
Yeah,
It says SARS is present, but so is SARS 2.
yeah, we got the man made altered shit, the worst type. So we're like, yay.
Oh yeah, we still need to do the test. I have them for.
Yeah, we're gonna luckily it was so nice. We didn't get the devil's pitchfork on our nose this time. They were gentle. And the cool thing is you can request them not to do your throat. Um, because if it's present in your nose, then you don't have, because the reason why they do the throat is because of strep throat. So if you come back negative for COVID, then have them check you for strep. That's why they do both. They do it if you come out negative for COVID. So go ahead and have them check you if it comes back negative for this one. They'll go ahead and probably do it anyway. But if you don't want to have the throat one, tell them just to check you for COVID first, because they're doing it for both in your area. If you do catch it, if you start feeling the symptoms, because weirdly enough, you start sneezing, you get highly congested, you're really coughy, it feels like paper rattly in your chest, in your throat, extremely mucusy, headachy sometimes, extremely congested up here. I would not suggest taking anything with it until you get tested. If you feel like it for a day or 2 or 3, go get tested, because then it'll come back. I would not get tested within a day because I think it'll come back negative anyway. I would give it a day or 2, so it has a time to sit there. And people are like, well, why not take medicine? Only medicine I would suggest is Aleve and Tylenol. Those are your best friends. Aleve I take in the day for the aches and muscles, inflammation, fever. Tylenol PM at nighttime. And then they give you the Paxlovid. Um uh Paxlovid as a antibiotic, and then they you could ask for the cough syrup as well. Um, I don't have my cough syrup nearby me, but it's like a BROM something another DM. It actually helps. I also, me, because I'm asthmatic, and I frequently, because I don't smoke anymore, I haven't smoked in almost 20 years, cigarettes. I do vape. I do CD. Um, uh, uh, my weed and my Delta basically. So I do test on pearls, but that's because I get bronchitis and pneumonia, but that's chronicle due to my lungs being weak. I've always had weak lungs. I was born with weak lungs, and I didn't know that. When I was younger, I don't know if I've told the story on here or not, but I'm gonna make it quick so I can end the video. Um, they were testing my lungs when I was little. I was probably about 2ish, and I do remember. And they put me on a medicine called Donatol, and I don't remember why they put me on Donatol. But as soon as they did, and I was like in this structured area in the hospital, and it had a swing, and I was on the swing, and I was swinging, and out of nowhere, I couldn't breathe, and I fell back. And I remember I OD'd. Do what? I hope not. What I mean by OD'd, I died. Um, I couldn't breathe. It literally incapacitated my lung structure and my bronchial tube. It literally was an allergic reaction. I could not breathe. They literally had to CPR me, because it's even on my file. I am extremely highly, they literally want me to completely stay away from this medication. It literally it kills me straight on command. I die. They didn't want to upset my mom. They explained it to me as I got older. They did not tell her. They just told her I had a slight allergic reaction. I had an extreme, deathly allergic reaction. Because I asked the doctor and then they read it to me and they said I had a deathly allergic reaction because it was on my file and they read it to me. And I was like, holy crap. I was like, okie dokie pokey. Um, so that's something to keep an eye out for if you have breathing issues. They said they don't know why they did that, but it's also prominent and it shows that I've had constructed lung issues ever since I was a child. And my Aunt Donna had confirmed in a weird way that I've had lung issues since I was little because she said I've had breathing issues ever since she could remember. Because she said that it's like I had bronchitis, pneumonia, even as a child. So I was like, okay, I did not know this. And she said it's because I had to be laying on my stomach a lot. And I told her, was that because I was colicky? So I had colic when I was young. And she said she couldn't really remember because I was asking her questions because she was around me a lot when I was a baby. But she said she remembered that I had a lot of problems breathing, that sometimes I would just stop breathing out of nowhere because I was curious if I had sleep apnea all my life. And I was trying to figure out if she could recall at times if I would just stop breathing. Because mom said sometimes I would stop breathing when I would just start nodding my head sometimes. I would just stop breathing for no apparent reason. So, and I was awake when this happened. So I was like, okay. And sometimes, even when I was little and I was swinging on a swing, I would just apparently just hold my breath and they would have to get me to start breathing. And even when I was younger, I remember I would have asthma problems as a kid. And this is even way before I started smoking because they would have to give me coffee at times. My mom would give me the inhaler at times. So yeah, I had asthma problems here and there. Um, so I've had breathing problems way before I started smoking. So, um, yeah, and I do have sleep apnea. Good thing is I do have another appointment to go get my sleep apnea checked. Always keep your, breathing problems in check as well, guys. Not just because of COVID or asthma. I'm trying to avoid people as much as possible. I became a hermit. Um but I'm going in, I'm taking my husband with me for sleep apnea and I'm gonna see how my sleep apnea is doing and maybe get me another machine. And because I think my machine's messed up, it's not doing what it should. Sometimes I feel like at night it's constricting my breathing. And for anybody that has that kind of problem and you have to wear something that covers you from here all the way here, and I feel better doing that because the nose one, I think I would open my mouth naturally and just cheat and breathe through my mouth anyway. So me, I'm like, let me be smart and have the whole thing just in case I open my mouth. So it will trigger me to breathe through my nose because I know how I am. So I'm like, I'll do the whole nose and face. But they do have one that covers the whole entire face, and I'm like, that's a bit much. That's overkill. Um, that to me, I'll feel like I'm in the movie Alien versus Predator where they have the damn face hugger. I'm like, yeah, that's a bit much. Um, but yeah, uh, that's another thing I'm very like last night was the first night because I was upset, and that's a whole nother horse. I actually slept without my mask just to get me some air. Um, I did feel a little constriction on my esophagus, and I was getting some chest pains, like a little Charlie horse and some sharp pains, but other than that, I did okay. I finally put my mask on. Yesterday, I had a very bad day. Like I crashed. I don't know if anybody else in the world had a crash day, but yesterday I crashed and burned. It was horrible. It was horrific. And yeah. And I'm sorry this video is so long. But I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all go because I'm gonna hopefully eat some chicken and some pizza and hang out with the family, watch some movies or something. But yeah, hopefully gonna post a video this week. Not sure what the content's gonna be. It's either gonna be witchy themed or makeup themed, or maybe I'll do, what I bought this week. Never know. I might go shopping. I'm thinking about taking my daughter to Torrid and Colleen and maybe getting our ears pierced. And like I said, I'm thinking about getting my top ones pierced and that. So trying to heal 2 piercings, I don't know. I would reach out to Raleigh and see what he would think, if he would respond. If he think trying to heal 2 piercings at once would be wise, because turning and shit, it might not be wise, but because normally he says healing just 2 piercing on its own is a pain in the ass, normally is what he says. But and then trying to heal 4 is really a pain, especially like I said, because these are already kind of stretched and I'm wanting to stretch them a little bit more. I don't know what gauge they would be considered. I think they're probably like a 2 millimeter right now, so I would probably go to like a 4 or 5. And then these ones, like the ones next to it, I would probably just keep them regular, So I do have some gauges that I would already use. But my ears are divas, so I have to wear like sterling silver, stainless steel, or gold. Um, but me, I don't like gold. I'm not a gold girl. I'm a sterling silver, white gold girl. I hate yellow gold. Anyway, I'll update y'all and let y'all know it's going. I'm waiting for daughter's extra gifts because I'm buying her wedding makeup. I already got them their wedding flutes, their wedding carver cutters for their cake. I'm not. Yeah, remember I showed y'all. Y'all have it already. I got y'all the glasses.
Oh yeah, the carver.
Yeah, it came with the flutes.
Oh yeah, I don't remember seeing it.
Yeah. I might be working with her on getting the veil next, depending on how much it is to help her, because my son's bad at doing that shit. Me, I'm better at doing it, but plus I know what it's like having someone plan your wedding that does not care about you.
The black one I showed you.
Yeah.
It goes from $35 to like 100 and something, depending on the size.
Oh my god, that is so affordable.
Like the 3 inches
Ooh,
one is
yeah.
like around 35 or 40,
Mhm.
and like the long one, semi-long one,
The
is
sun
like
and the moon one?
not that one. The black one I showed you that has embroidery around.
Ooh, like that one chick that
Yeah,
was wearing that looked like she was in Russia.
Kinda.
Yeah.
It's the one from Etsy.
Oh, okay.
It's like from 35 to like 100 and something, depending.
Will
on
that
the
match the
amount.
crown that I got you? Will it go with it?
Okay.
You remember I got you the crown and the earrings and the necklace?
I haven't seen that yet.
I got you that.
I haven't seen it. I have my own crown that Roman broke.
I'm going to have to get her another crown, y'all. Because I got her a black crown for her wedding to go with the veil. Damn
Oh
it.
yeah, you didn't tell me that one. I haven't seen it.
Mm-hmm. I got you a crown. See, me, I'm the type that I try to plan. I would actually be a great wedding planner. My people that planned my wedding did not do. They supposedly tried to do what I want. I didn't even get the food I wanted. I didn't even have a choice on what I wanted to eat. They could have gave me a cheeseburger and I would have been. That's the time I would have been happy with a cheeseburger. All I got was a salad this big. Chicken fried steak was literally. It was like it could have been one of the ones that you've seen like on a stationary show table that was like a show chicken fried steak. That's how hard. Yeah, a display chicken fried steak. It was so rubbery and hard to chew. I could have thrown it out of the wall and it probably would have bounced off and hit me in the face. It was so damn rubbery. And I was pregnant with my baby at the time, and all I got was a fucking salad. Like I told my son, I was so pissed. I was so goddamn pissed. I told my husband, you better fucking feed me. You better fucking feed me. He was laughing. He goes, baby, I'm so sorry. I'm like, I mean, at that time, it's like I couldn't be pissed because I was pregnant with Alex. I was more cryy. So I was crying in my wedding dress, makeup running down my face. I was just pissed, pissed sad. I was sad, pissed. Sad, pissed. Now, if I had been pregnant with Adrian, I probably would have been beating everybody's ass up in there because with Adrian, I was raging. Alex, I was crying sad. I was so damn emotional with Alex. It was like day and night of each pregnancy. It was so weird. Adrian, raging bull. Alex, crying bull. It was just so weird. I was like, what's wrong with me? I'm broken. That's literally what I was with Alex. I was so broke. But yeah, that's why I'm trying to do it for her. Because I know what it's like to be a bridezilla. They made me a bridezilla because I had picked out a good dress that would have matched. I was pregnant. It looked beautiful on me. I didn't even look pregnant. I would have been comfortable. They wanted me in a white gown. Motherfuckers, I was pregnant. I did not care if people saw that I was pregnant. They were more worried about their fucking reputation. Who cares about your reputation? Just because they were preachers. I'm like, dude, they know sons and daughters of preachers are the worst people. They say that everywhere in the goddamn South. Go anywhere in the South and be like, how is normally the preacher's kids? They're the worst ones out of the bunch. I even knew that. Like when I grew up as a kid, the son and daughter out of the church were the worst ones. They were the wildest. They were the craziest. They were the raunchiest. My husband was well behaved. Oh my God, we had sex out of wedlock. Boo hoo. That was the worst thing he fucking did. He's well behaved. My God, he barely drank when he was what? How old was he when he first really drank? My brother-in-law got him to drink a really shitty margarita and it got him against drinking. When I made him drinks, like when he was like in his late 20s, is when he drank. Late 20s. Late 20s at home, not going nowhere. Late 20s. He could have been gang banging. He could have been beating the shit out of people. He could have been robbing people. He could have been in gangs. He could have been graffitiing. I mean, there's so much shit my husband could have been doing. He was well behaved. Oh my God. We were fucking, and that's what they had to worry about. He was Mexican. Latino heat. That's what Mexicans do. They have sex. For fuck's sake. Mexican men are known for that. I mean, God, his sister was pregnant when she got married. Linda, for fuck's sake, has a bad reputation. I know her reputation. His sister was known for sleeping around when she was in high school with a married man. For fuck's sake. She's known for splitting up marriages. The man she's with right now was in a married relationship. They were together when he was married. Okay. The relationship she got in before that, she was pregnant with her oldest daughter when they got Jesus fucking Christ on a bicycle. And y'all really worried about your reputation and you had to ruin my fucking marriage. My wedding day. They didn't ruin my marriage. Well, they did try to ruin my marriage. Let me get that right. They tried at every turnaround they tried. But yeah. But yeah, they ruined my wedding day. So I told my husband, Either on our 50th, I'm gonna have a Gothic wedding, and I pray and hope to God that his sister ain't. Well, she ain't gonna come anyway. I will invite his brother, but I ain't inviting that bitch. His sister ain't coming to any event we're having because we're very goth. I'm witchy. We like very dark themes, black, everything like that, so she can kiss my ass. My brother, when I put up, like, I want my bathroom all black, all gothed out and everything, he goes, "Why don't you do it?" I'm like, I love my brother. I love my brother. My brother is so cool. I don't have him on my Facebook right now because it's like if I have one person on my Facebook and not another person, it's going to cause issues. And it's like, well, who cares? I have one cousin on that side of the family, which she's like me. She's wild, she's crazy, she don't give a fuck. I love her to death. We flip them all off. We don't care. She knows who she is. She's my ride or die cousin from that side of the family. Me and her chill. That's the one cousin that we walk up to each other. We hug each other all the goddamn time. We're like, "What's up, girl?" And, she loves that I am who I am and she is who she is. And we both don't give a hell because it's like, why are they judging? Why are they hating? It's like, you guys know that you're taking time off your life by being haters. It's like me right now, I'm not being a hater, I'm being realistic. It's like I'm not stressing out, I'm just talking about something that it's not making me hate. It's actually shit that has actually affected me, that's actually hurt me. Because it's like that day, it brought me down. It actually did affect my shine that day because it's like, wow, I bothered you that much. Like, my floss really got you that much that day? Like, Jesus Christ. It's like, do you guys understand? I'm not like you and you're not going to make me like you. And then they're thinking I'm affecting their son or brother. No, I'm not. He is like this already. That's why we are together. And he's not going to be like y'all. And it's not that I'm like, you can't be like this or we're not going to be together. No, he's like, I'm not going to be like that. That's not my style. That's not my vibe. That's not who I am. And that's what they don't understand about him. You cannot force someone to be something they are not. You can be like, okay, I'm offering you this. It's freely up to you. Offer it one time and then leave it the fuck alone. Don't keep, here it is, 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 here it is. You're going to get knocked on your fucking ass. Like I told my husband, one of these days it's gonna fucking happen, and I'm gonna beat the shit out of somebody, and ain't nothing gonna fucking happen. It's just gonna happen, and it's gonna be let go because they gonna learn once is enough. Quit throwing it in my fucking face because my grandfather was the same way. My grandpa told my grandma, "Why don't they understand?" Because the church in El Paso that we went to, Hell's Angels let them know one goddamn time is enough. Do you think we're fucking deaf? Do you think we're fucking retarded? Half of us are doctors, half of us are lawyers. We're more intelligent than you. Do you think we don't understand what you're offering us? We don't want what you're selling. It's bullshit, it's fake, and we don't want it. We're happy with what we're doing. If we want what you're selling, we will come up, we will open your doors, we'll come inside and go, we want to hear what you got. They drove around that church and scared the living shit out of them. And they just were coming to tell them, we don't want what you're offering. Quit coming up to the businesses where we work. Quit coming up to the houses where we live. Quit harassing our wives. Quit harassing our kids. We're done with you. I mean, this is where people were going up with their Bibles and they were witnessing and they were knocking on doors and they were like, here's Jesus, here's this, here's that, here's that. They're like, you know what? It's enough. If people wanted your bullshit, they would buy it. Don't you understand what you're doing is wrong and it's hypocrisy? You offer it one time, people hear it, it's advertised. Leave it alone. And that's what it should be. People don't forget. It's burned into the memory. It's annoying. It's stupidity. People think about it all the time because it's like, really? That's what they believe? That's so fucking stupid. It's not even real. How in reality can you fathom that that's actually true? I mean, I sit here and think about it every day and think about how all these people in this world are. And given the chance that I could do something that miraculous, that stupendous, that superb, that I could save all you people in this world, that I was given that power by my Father, that I could save all you, and I could be that miraculous, and I could be thought of as a saint and a God. I could be loved by many or hated by many. I wouldn't do it. You want to know why? Seeing how this world is, seeing how hateful humanity is, seeing like our president for a good example, good prime example, how he treats women, how he talks about disabled people, that he could rape women and have no sense, no remorse, no nothing. How he wants to sit here and treat the minority of disabled people that are elderly. Him and Elon Musk both prime examples. They want to steal money from them so they can put it into their pockets. Like they don't have enough. They have more than enough. They actually need to take money from their pockets and put it into the communities, actually. So the communities ain't starving. Do they? No. Them men, I would take out freely myself if I was God. I would kill them and I would take every bit of the riches they had and I would put it into the world. And it's not just because I have the power to do it and mankind would, it's like that movie, Evan Almighty, with, Jim Carrey. It's a good movie. But there's so much things that if God really existed, I call bullshit. I call bullshit in abundance. Because there's so much good that he could be doing right now. So much shit that man is actually arbitrating to put fear in man to make it look like God is real. It's like, and people are just falling hook, line, and sinker into it that you can tell that it's man made. That I could do this. I could easily, if I was in power, I could easily architect everything that they're doing. They even talked about this shit in the Da Vinci Code. It's sickening, immoral, unjust. If they actually would punish these crooked, evil con men, put them where they belong, get the innocent people out of jail, put them in there that deserve, or actually kill these men, kill these crooked men, what they deserve, like Trump, Elon Musk. Put them on the death penalty where they belong. That'd be the first thing I do. Rid the world of the evil that is actually being corrupted. Clean the world up. These fires that are happening. Man has been able to control the weather. They think I'm crazy. No. All you got to do is the planes that make those long chemtrails. Chemtrails that do not disappear, that stay in the skies for more than 8 hours, is not farming architect stuff that they use on, crops. That's chemtrails. That's weather manipulation. My friends, wake the fuck up. They did it here in Texas when we were actually supposed to get snow in central Texas. We didn't get shit. They did it so the weather wouldn't get so bad, so certain people could come down here and do certain things to make money. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure 2 plus 2 out equals 4. And I'm getting another phone call. Hang on a second. Yes. Are you getting that agitated?
What the fuck? That one's bigger.
Oh, okay. I'm just making sure. I'm like, what did I do? Okay, baby boy, I'll let you go. I love
Yeah,
you.
right, that one was closer.
Okay, sweetie, I'll let you go. Bye. Okay, y'all. I am on the horn. Hang on 1 second. Okay. I am getting imaged. Okay. Sweet. All right, guys. I need to sum this up. But if people actually really pay attention, and I use some of my gift for this, but I pay attention. My husband even notices it. But it's actually really true. They did the windstorm over there. All they had to do is had drones. Wasn't really men. They had people that were willing to be set up for it. They paid them money for it to make it look like it was men. It's an easy cover call. It's a cover co-op mission. That's all it is. And you know what it is? It's people that did not vote for Donald Trump. He's taking out people that didn't vote for him. Because I bet you 9 times out of 10, if all y'all do y'all's research, if you really want to know in that areas that are being hit and getting fired up, those are people that did not vote for him, and he has the ballots. And he sees who did not vote for him, and he's sending a message that, you know what, I told y'all, I punish you. Everybody that did not vote for him, if he has your ballots, be careful. That's all I'm saying, because he's a psycho. Having him in office was the worst thing. He cheated to get in office again. He cheated last time. They should have put his sorry ass in court, and then they should have hit death penalty when he went to court. And when I mean death, I mean honestly killed his sorry ass. He is not in his right mind. He's not okay. And then having Elon Musk, aka an Australian who is not actually a legal, well, he's legal, but he's not an American either. Donald Trump is not even an American. And they both are sitting here bitching about Americans. They both need to shut their fucking mouths. It's things like that that piss me off. And people are going to be like, oh, you're against men. No, I'm not. I love Obama. I love Biden. I love Jimmy Carter. I love JFK. I love men that stand for something, that actually try to make this country great. And I actually would appreciate that my Native American brothers would actually stand for something great and quit being cowardless motherfuckers and stand for something themselves too, and quit hiding behind bullshit and actually stand up for the country that belonged to us. Hearing that my brothers voted for that sorry son of a bitch pisses me off. There's nothing great that that son of a bitch would have done for this country, and they fucking know it. It's like selling ourselves out to the fucking white man when he first came here. Oh, yes, we will trade with the white man. Oh, yes. What good ever come from selling to the white man? We lost our country. Our brothers and sisters are lying in ditches. We constantly have our brothers and sisters getting murdered with crimes that are still not being solved. Our brothers and sisters constantly get raped and killed, still not being solved. The only good thing that Jason Momoa did, which I'm pissed off at that little cheatiness bastard, he made a show that I think it was called Red Lake, that talked about the crimes that happened to Native Americans. That's the only thing he did. And people are like, oh my God, why are you hating on Jason Momoa? He cheated on his beautiful wife, Lisa Monet, with fucking Amber Turd. Countless other women too. I hate men that are nasty, horrible men that sit here. Oh, I have a crush on this woman since I was 8, and I've wanted to be with her forever, and I've loved her, and I've loved her, I've loved her. And then you get this beautiful, empowered, impeccable, gorgeous fucking woman, and then you go and crush her because You want to be desirable and you want to spread your seed more, and your wife is done having children and you want to have more children and you want to be a whore yourself. That is Jason Momoa. He's not a god, he's nothing. He's a tramp. I used to think he was a hero, something, you could stand for as a good man. You know, no. A good man is someone like Barack Obama. Okay? He stands for his wife. He loves his wife. He's loyal, dignified, educated. You know, you don't ever sit here and do shit like that and then, oh, I'm getting somewhere in my life. I want to spread more seed. You get with someone older, you got to sit here and think 2 plus 2. Okay. Um, if I want more kids and she gets to a certain age, oh, guess what? She's not going to have any more kids. And oh yeah, if I get drunk and I'm a horny son of a bitch, then maybe you don't need to be around people if you can't trust yourself, sir. Control is control. And if you can't control yourself, then maybe, just maybe, you don't love your wife. You were just sexually attracted to her. And maybe, just maybe, you shouldn't have ruined her life and you shouldn't have tied her down and you shouldn't have gotten her pregnant, even though those 2 children are amazing babies. You should have let her have her life. I mean, I can't stand men that ruin other women's lives, that just because you've had a crush on somebody. That's like me saying, I used to have a crush on Jason Momoa. I want to go ruin his career and his life and just make a whole mess of him and just leave him in the dust. I used to have a crush on, who else did I have a crush on? Let's see, Vin Diesel. I'm going to go ruin his life, ruin his marriage, ruin his life, ruin his career, and just throw him in the dirt. I had a crush on, I mean, there's so many men. I mean, but it's stupid. You can't sit here and base sexual attraction off of compatibility, longevity, what you want in a relationship. I know I'm going off and I need to hush. I need to go hang it off here because this video is going to be 5 hours by the time I'm done. But that's another thing I'm going to talk to y'all about too later on is relationships. Because thinking about Jason Momoa and Lisa Monet, I grew up watching Lisa Monet. Jason's only a year older than me. I'm a Scorpio like Lisa Monet. Lisa Monet's birthday is actually after mine. I am November 14th. She's November 16th. It affects me greatly because I watch shows that she's been in for like forever.
Wasn't she in the
Cosby's.
Cosby?
And she was
Yeah.
also in another one too. She's been in like 7, 8 shows. And she's also in like 2 of his movies. She was in Red Lake, and then she was in the one that he did where he played like this outlawish type of guy. Um, but anyway, um, my thing with relationships is, me being a witch, I take it extremely serious. And Lisa has a very similar spiritual representation with relationships as I do. It's like you have 2 separate souls, and when you bind yourself into a marriage union, you literally put your souls together. And to me, that is not ever supposed to be broken, by no means necessary. That's a tethering. Okay? That is a spell. And that's something I give Christians a little head forth to, that once you get married, you're not supposed to get divorced. They took a little something from us in our pagan beliefs. Because when you're getting married, you're literally saying a spell back and forth to one another. You're binding your souls together forever. You're soul bound, you know? And that's something that is sacred beyond belief. I mean, it's a powerful commitment. And it's like that's something that a lot of people take so lightly and just like, oh, I can get divorced. It's nothing. No, sir. To a witch, that's everything. That's why I say I don't fuck with fate. Because to marriage, to me, like when me and my husband fight, it's the biggest thing to me. I literally feel like the song I heard, it feels like my skin is being tore from me, and I could feel it being tore from my bones, and it's the most painfulest thing I could feel. It's like I could literally feel my soul being ripped from me, my skin being ripped from me. I could feel my bones being cracked. It is just the painfulest thing I feel when we fight. And it's true. Even like when our passion's not the same. I am a very emphatic person, and as a witch, it's very deep in me, and I'm very deep into my witchcraft. I'm very deep into who I am. And a lot of people take this shit not serious, and you do need to, because it's deep into the roots of the earth. That's why the earth is reacting to the way she is. Gaia is pissed. She's pissed at all you motherfuckers, because all you motherfuckers thinking that y'all gonna change her laws, y'all gonna change the way the law of the land. No, 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 no. This shit has been here before you motherfuckers came up out of the ground. God did not create you. Gaia and the High One created you. Ain't no motherfucker named Jesus or God created you, sorry ass sons of bitches. So you motherfuckers are gonna get smacked so motherfucking hard you ain't gonna know what fucking hit you, sorry bastards. Y'all gonna learn soon. And y'all think y'all know of demons from the Bible? Y'all haven't seen demons, because Gaia, she got some demons. And trust. Yeah, we witches, we got demons. Oh, yes, we most certainly do. Our demons, Bible knows nothing to know no demons. Everything the Bible talks about comes from us. Pentagon's got some of our spell books even. A lot of us witches don't talk about it because a lot of them are scared of it. I'm done being scared. I'm done hiding. My sisters need to wake up. I'm not going to join no sorry ass coven. I don't need no witches stealing my energy. I've shared enough. What you get from my videos, that's good enough, sisters. You've had enough. I blessed you. If you need energy, get it from what I'm giving to you right now. You take more than you need, I will punish you. I fucking mean it. Now, this video is concluded. I will teach y'all more later. On my fun videos, you best better not feed, because I will slap a bitch upside your head. Because you know what? I'm from the tribe. I will slap a hoe up. I love y'all, my brothers and sisters, and I will see you on the next one. Oh!